Let's say you are in a relationship with a narcissist and you have to tolerate being in that relationship, and now let's see how we can manage the situation to the best of our benefit. The first thing is to set appropriate boundaries. The narcissist usually tries to push your limits. They might manipulate you, they might make you responsible for their problems and issues. When you're trying to set boundaries, they're gonna use your emotions to get close to you and manipulate you again. So if they change their behavior for a while, it doesn't mean that they have really changed. It just means that they are trying different tactics to get close to you and make you a supply for their needs. So the more that you set boundaries between yourself and them, the more you're going to feel free in the relationship with a narcissist. The next tip is to keep your conversations with them as neutral as possible. Don't share your emotional and personal stuff with them, because in future when you have any arguments or problems, they're gonna use it against you. You should be the person who manage and control your emotions and deal with your issues instead of seeking the emotional assurance from the narcissist person. The next tip is to be assertive. Most of the people who are in relationship with a narcissist person are not assertive, which means they can't communicate their needs and they can't communicate what they want. Don't confuse being kind with not communicating what you want. Just like the other person has some rights in the relationship, you also have rights in the relationship. So you want to make sure that you stand firm on what you want. The next point is to avoid extra power struggles. You have to choose your battles wisely because you don't have that much energy to fight all the time. You want to make sure that you minimize the arguments and only argue for necessary stuff. The next tip is to limiting your contact. The less conversation you have with them, the less interaction you have with them, the more you're going to be powerful and peaceful. The basic rule is that the more you are independent emotionally, physically, and financially from a narcissist, the better you can navigate your life and be like a full mature person. And the last tip is to seek support. If you have been in a relationship with a narcissistic person, you have to go to therapy or seek counseling to work on yourself, to find your true self again, to identify your needs again, and also to learn how to communicate them. Also, it might be more likely for you to be attracted to another person with narcissistic traits. And before you go to the next relationship, it's a really good idea to go to therapy, know your patterns, identify your own issues, and work on them so that in your next relationship you choose better people as your friend, as your partner, and you also be more independent as a person. If you liked the video, please like it, and if you have any question, please leave them in the comments.